Hello everyone, this is Jeff at the Glorious Uncertainty. It is Tuesday 19th of May. Right, on the 4-year-old plus races, I've got nothing I can play in because we don't have any real historical trends to go off, and that's interesting to understand the race shape this time of year. Where the pace is going to come from. So the only option I had was a 3-year-old race at Nottingham. That's the 350. So if we were going to go with that, it's difficult because the price has been hammered. The favourite, which is Rosa Inglesa, it was 3-4 to 1 this morning, has been hammered. So that's, how can you explain it? Yeah, the value's gone. That's the best way to explain it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over the race, and we are going to have a bet, but it's small. But like I say, at least this one had plenty of renewals. I think it was 7 on good to firm, which, well, I'm using the good to firm as opposed to good to soft underfoot, so, or under hoof. So the race shape, after analysing these historical renewals, I took the top 3 finishers from previous years, the actual pre-race pace maps, and Racing Post tactical layer, that is the form, with all the form readers, and the top speed profiles. So you top speed again because it seems to be being very, very good at the moment. So I was using that. Today's pace setup looks even, and that matters enormously, because these Nottingham Mile handicaps repeatedly reward efficient, prominent racers, rhythm horses, and runners getting smooth tactical trips. The renewal repeatedly shows hold-up horses underperforming, midfield runners often vulnerable, the tactical efficient racers dominating the frame. So the market has adjusted, as I've just said. Early this morning, we had genuine betting value on Rosa Inglesa and the Capichera, but now those prices have been heavily compressed. So I'm a little bit annoyed, but I'm trying to be fair in playing an SP game. So anyway, so Rosa Inglesa, now let's be clear that Rosa Inglesa still looks the most likely winner, right? But I have to pitch that against a lot of variables, and to see whether it still has value within it or an edge in it. The horse still has, strong tactical positioning, strong current sharpness, excellent classic going alignment, and exactly the type of prominent profile these renewals repeatedly favour. But professionally, we have to separate most likely winner. We've got to separate it, most likely winner, from best betting value. And that's the big difference. I know when I say it's the most likely winner, but if the odds have compressed, it loses its attraction. I'm sure you know what I mean. So earlier you could get around 3 or 4 to 1, even 4 to 1. Now mostly 94, 5 to 2. That's completely different betting proposition to us. So we can't do that. Capichera, the horse overcorrected towards it. It's clearly progressive, clearly respected, clearly dangerous, and now at around 2 to 1, 5 to 2. The market is changing you heavily for potential improvement. In the likely race, 3-year-old handicaps, it can be very, very dangerous, and it can change very quickly. So we've got the value angle, and that's the one we're playing into in this race. We can't go too heavy. We still think Rosa Inglesa is gonna win, but not against those odds. So you have to tactically shift your money around. So that's what we're doing. But there's one horse with the value angle is Runswick. This is where the race gets really interesting professionally, because while the market has crushed the front pair, Runswick has largely drifted under the radar. Okay, it's still sitting around 12 to 14 to 1, and tactically that horse makes a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense. Why? Because an even pace could suit perfectly for the horse. The horse could conserve energy well, and this looks increasingly like a positional race rather than an explosive one. So Runswick doesn't need chaos, doesn't need a collapse, doesn't need, well, miracles. So historically, that type of profile repeatedly survives well in this exact race structure. So updated professional staking from before, because the market has changed. What the professionals do is they don't fall in love with opinions, they react to value, edge, and market efficiency, and that's what we're doing. So updated betting advice: 1 point each way at Runswick, that's the best remaining value structure in the race, and half a point win Rosa Inglese. But understand why we're doing that. The value against everything has gone. The value is gone, but we're still going to have half a point on it because it's still the strongest complete profile, still the most likely winner, but reduced stake because the edge has shrunk dramatically. Okay, so here's the verdict. So overall, Rosa Inglese still looks the strongest horse, but the market is now largely caught up, while Runswick has become a more attractive professional betting proposition at the prices. And honestly, this is one of the biggest lessons in serious betting, because correct analysis does not always mean the same bet remains correct once the market adjusts. You know what I'm saying. There's a difference between tipping and professional betting. There's a big difference, and we have to adhere to that. So good luck if you're getting involved, and let's see where the pace map and renewal patterns hold up true once again. We'll see if that comes good. So that's it from me. Now on the betting front, but there's also there was somebody yesterday had said there were too many horses in the race for betting opportunities, but this is different. And I'll explain all that in another video, probably later tonight when I've got more time. As you can see, I'm a bit dusty because I'm cutting flags. So that's it from me. I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea. Good luck with the bet, but understand why the bet is adjusted. It is not about banging on and going in on that horse because we think it's going to win, because its value has gone almost. So we're still having half a point, whereas this morning, if it was 4-1, it'd be 2 points. But you understand what I'm saying. If you were to do this every single time on 15-8, right, it wouldn't, long term, it wouldn't work. So what we're doing is we're just pulling it down, looking after the betting bank, and being professional, because that's the way you do it. Right, that's it from me. I shall speak to you later. Good luck with the bet, however you play. It's going on the account. Speak to you later. Cheers. Bye for now. Bye-bye.